प्रजापतिम् अवामहे कविम् उपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजम् ब्रह्मणाम् ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्तिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजीवती धीनामविद्यवतु। ॐ वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ शिवनामनिभावितेऽन्तरङ्गे महति ज्योतिषि मानिनी मयार्धे दुरितान्यपयान्ति दूरदूरे मुहुरायान्ति महान्ति मङ्गलानि। स्मृते सकलकल्याणभाजनं यत्र जायते पुरुषस्तमजं नित्यं व्रजामि शरणं हरिम्। ॐ सन्नो मित्रः सं वरुणः सन्नो भवद्वर्यमा सन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः सन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि। ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवतु। अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। यश्छन्दसां ऋषभो विश्वरूपः समेन्द्रो देवया शृणोतु। अमृतस्य देवधारणु भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा। कर्णाभ्यां भूरि विश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया विहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वृक्षस्य रेरिवा कीर्तिः पृष्ठं दिवेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव समृतमस्मि। द्रविणगुं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः शङ्को वेदानुवचनम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। आप्यायन्तु मम प्राणि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो वाणी सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्। माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम्। आविराविर्मदेहि वेदस्य मआणीतिस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहो रात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं नो अतिवातयमनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम भद्रं यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वा यशेन देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यो ब्रह्माणो विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा नेत्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवा पुरो जगदिदं प्राज्ञर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशका कलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीवयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत्कल्पार्थगं भासते साक्षात् रचसा योगोदयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भो निधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रघटोदरस्थितमहादीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु च सुराविकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भाक्तमनुभात्येतत्समस्तं जगते तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये विश्वं प्राणमतीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलाम् बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वहमिति भ्रान्ता भृशं वादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहाव्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगतो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं सुतं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्या अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तये नमः। शङ्कराश्लेषविलसदानन्दामृतनिर्भराम् विश्वोत्तंसितपादाब्जां ब्रह्मविद्यां विभावये। नमः श्रुतिशिरः पद्मचण्डमार्तण्डमूर्तये बादरायणसंज्ञाय मुनये समवेश्मने वेदान्तनिकुरुम्बेण तात्पर्येण प्रकाशिता स्वात्मानन्दैकरस्येन कल्याणाय शिवोऽस्तु नः। अधीः भगवो ब्रह्म। ॐ अथातो ब्रह्मजिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वयात्। सर्वेषां वेदान्तवाक्यानाम् अद्वैते ब्रह्मणि एव समन्वयः। The tathparya of all the Vedanta Vakyas is only in revealing Brahma, Advitiya Brahma as Atma. Therefore, Shastra is the Pramana and that Shastra is Vicharya. Brahma Praptaye Shastra Vicharaha. Shravanadi Rupena Shastra Vicharaha Kartavyaha Kriyate. Here the Purva Paksha objects to this, says this: you said Shastra is the Pramana with reference to in the matter of Brahma. That is, Brahma Bodhayati Shastra, Vedanta Shastram Brahma Bodhayati, that you say. And you say that Jnana, that is not tenable. That is the Purva Paksha. The Purva Paksha cites the reason. We like the Purva Paksha Bhāshyani. Katham punaha brahmanaha shastra pramanakatvam uchyate yavata amnayasya kriyarthatvat anarthakyam atadarthanam iti kriyaparatvam shastrasya pradarsitam ataha vedantanam anarthakyam akaryatva akriyartatva kartridevatavi prakashana arthatvena va kriya visheshatvam kriya vidisheshatvam upasanavi kriyantara vidhanarthatvam va. The entire Veda is said to have tathparya in karma only. Amnayasya kriya arthatvat. This is not an offhand statement. This statement is made by Jaimini Maharishi, and this is done after thorough enquiry into the Veda Shastra, and that is established in the Brahmavidyananda Sutra. It is clearly established. Amnayasya Vedasya kriya artatvat, kriya paratvat, vidhi paratvat. And the pramanya of the Veda, entire Veda, lies in enjoining some activity by the human being, by the person, towards some goal, Swargadi, some goal. And that goal is not siddha now, not established, not available now. If that goal were available right now, then why should any person do anything? Why should Veda talk about Swarga if it is Siddha? So Swarga, Shastra does not talk about Siddha Vastu. It talks about something which has to be accomplished, produced, gotten by karma. And that what is that karma? For a particular karma, for a particular phalam, particular result. This connection, this knowledge is given by the Veda itself. First the Veda gives the jnanam, dharma jnana, karma jnana to the person. And thereby the person is, in that person, this is generated, that I should do this, I need to do this. This is generated in that person. Or the person is made to, urged to do karma. Thereby alone, Veda becomes a pramana in making the person do yagadi karma. Then thereby accomplish the result desired. Otherwise, Veda ceases to be a pramana. Just by telling Swarga kamaha jyotishto mena yajeta, just by telling that, Veda does not get the pramanya. Pramana means it must produce a useful result. Artha kriya karitva is there for pramana. Artha kriya means useful activity, purposeful activity is there. That is generated by Veda. Artha kriya karitvam is there for the Veda. Otherwise, nadyaha tire upalaha santi. On the bank of the river there are stones, pebbles are there. What is it? Valmike sarpaha asti. Nadyaha tire valmikaha santi. There are ant hills by the river bed, near the river. What do we get by all this? We are not ant-eaters. Okay. So if you are ant-eaters, then it will be useful. But then it's not. So like that, any pramana should have artha kriya karitva, must lead to useful results. Phalavatvam should be there. Whereas Veda is a pramana, and that means that Veda pramanya implies kriya paratvam, karya paratvam, vidhi paratvam is there. That is what is Jaimini Maharishi, what Jaimini Maharishi says here. amnayasya kriya tattva. And then the question comes, what about those sentences, those portions of Veda where there is no vidhi padam, there is no vidhi vakya? Does it mean that those portions are meaningless, useless? No, we don't construe them as meaningless, but we connect those portions to an appropriate vidhi vakya, a relevant vidhi vakya we connect. Thereby they become connected to the vidhi vakya, they remain useful. They are also pramana. Those vakyas wherein Veda vakyas, wherein kriya padam is not there, vidhi is not there, they also constitute pramana only by getting connected to, associated with an appropriate vidhi vakya. Like the example we saw yesterday, Vayuhu vai kshepishtha devata. Vayu is the quickest moving devata. What does it mean? Vayavyam karma, Vayu devatakam karma. Any karma intended for Vayu devata gives very quick results. We want quick results. Sūtram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. We all want immediate results. We can't stand the time delay, time gap between our action and the result. In Tamil there is a proverb. This lady, married woman, she wants to have child, okay? And then somebody told, you go around the Ashwatha tree. She went round 3 times and then still where is the baby? Where is the baby? She went round. Can't stand that is see the idea, that the spirit behind, the meaning behind this is, one cannot stand the sense of wanting incompleteness. That is the idea. That's it. The sense of incompleteness, without having accomplished, without having gotten what I want, I can't stand that sense of incompleteness. That is the urge. That is the sense of urgency is there. The immediate results are needed. Now, when such is the human tendency to get the results as soon as possible, immediately, and then as much as possible, then the Vayu Devataka karma intended, offered to Vayu Devata, produces very fast results, quick results. So thereby, Vayu being a quick Devata, the Vayu Devataka karma gives quick results. Thus, this Vayurvai Kshepishta Devata, this sentence, even though it is not a vidhi, there is no vidhi in that, but it connects to Vayavyam Svetam Alabheta, to that vidhi vakya. May one offer this white animal to the Vayu Devata, in that Vayu Devataka karma in that. So thus this, it stands connected. It's the praise of Vayu Devata. The praise Arthavada Vakya itself is not meaningful, but it stands connected to Vidhi Vakya. Thereby the Arthavada Vakya also is meaningful. And that is indicated in the Sutra, Mimamsa Dvaini Sutra, Anarthakyam Atadarthanam, Akriya Arthanam. Those sentences, those portions which are not meant for Kriya, connected to Kriya, will become useless, futile. Anarthakyam, Aphalavatvam, Nishpalatvam will be there. This is not desirable for Veda. Nishpalatvam for Veda is not desirable. Veda being Nirdushta, Pramana, this dosha of Nishpalatva is not there in the Veda, cannot be there. We cannot construe any part of Veda as Nishpala, useless. Therefore, such Arthavada portions and other portions wherein there is no Vidhi Vakya, they are construed with Vidhi Vakya. connected to Vidivakya, they become meaningful. Thus the Pramanya is there. And by praising the Devata, etc., the karma becomes Viryavat, more Viryavat Taram Bhavati. Because when I have more Shraddha towards the Devata, because Vayu is a fast Devata, therefore the result I get very quickly. I have more Shraddha, more Bhavana towards this Devata. Thereby my karma becomes more Viryavat, more potent it becomes. Then Adhika Palam, Purna Palam, the Karta gets. Thereby Arthavada Vakya also is meaningful. This is established in this Mimamsa Sutra, Kriya Paratvam Shastrasya Pradarsitam. The entire Shastra, Veda Shastra is committed to karma, dedicated to doing karma. It's meant for making the person do Vaidika karma. It is Pradarsitam. Even though there are Kamya karmas also mentioned in the Vedas, but the Veda takes a higher stand. The spirit of the Veda Vihita karma is actually Nishkama karma. The Veda is interested in making the person grow into a Nishkama person, not driven by the Aihika Amushmika results, herein and hereafter results. Even though a person may start by being a Kami Purusha, but the Veda makes the person become Nishkama Purusha. That is to say that the person has grown out of the pressures, the emotional pressure, emotional needs to fulfill one's own aspirations, desires in the form of Aihika and Amushmika, has grown out of these pressures. Veda helps the person grow out of these pressures. And then, thereby the person discovers a freedom, a maturity, and then the person still is a responsible person. Living life means being active, and the person is not driven by selfish motive, not so much anymore, but still the person is active, feels responsible to contribute, to give, to be thankful, to be appreciative, to be contributive. Therefore the person performs Nishkama karmas. Jyotishtoma karma can be performed by a Svargakami also. That can be performed Jyotishtoma without the Svargakama also the person can perform. Nishkama Bhavanaya api Jyotishtoma can be done. Like a Nitya Karmavat, it can be done. It's not a rule that only a Kami Purusha has to do, Swarga Kami only has to do Jyotishtoma. Not a rule. A person who is not interested, that is Nishkama Purusha, also can do karma. Like Nitya Karma. Somayaga can be done as a Kamya Karma also, as a Nishkama Karma also. Kamya Bhavanaya Kritam, if the karma is done with the attitude of desire, driven by desire, then the mentioned phalam that is gotten. Swarga ityadi phalam is gotten. If the person does with the Nishkama Bhavana, then higher loka prapti, Brahma loka prapti, etc., that is there. Higher loka prapti is there. Kamya Bhavanaya Kritam karma gives only the mentioned phalam only, whereas Nishkama Bhavanaya Kritam, it leads to higher lokas. Therefore, the Veda, also the person is not driven by Kama, not so much driven by Kama desires, but the person is still a contributor, one who thinks of the welfare of the entire creation, Devatas, including the Devatas. The spirit of Vaidika karma is basically predominantly Nishkama karma only. Even though Kamya karma is mentioned, But Nishkama karma is the spirit of the Vaidika karma basically. So the person is responsible, mature, still feel the responsibility to contribute, to be of help, to be thankful to the providers of the universe, and help people, help other beings, enjoy living, grow, mature. Therefore karma is done. Yavat jivam karma is vihita. What for? Not those kamya karmas or yavat jiva. It is not. Yavat jivam agnihotram juhyat. Agnihotra karma, lifelong one has to do. Why lifelong? That is life. Doing is life. Kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet shatam samaha. Your Upanishad also says that. Okay. Kurvanneva, karmani kurvanneva jijivishet. So therefore the person is responsible, mature, and then contributes, appreciates, thanks. We keep receiving. Devatas keep blessing us every day, every moment. Devatas keep blessing us. I can see, I continue to see. That means that Surya Devata Anugraha continues. Vayu Devata Anugraha continues. My hands are active means Indra Devata Anugraha continues. That I can walk, that I can stand means Vishnu Devata Anugraha continues. Agni Devata continues. Anugraha continues. When the shower, when there is a non-stop shower of grace is there of the Devatas, and I the mature person, I am thankful continuously. A non-stop, a continuous thankfulness, appreciation is there. Therefore, Yavat Jiva, Aditi, etc. is there. So, it's not that Kriya Paratvam does not mean only Kamya Karma. Kamya Karma only for a Kami Purusha. That is, everybody begins as a Kami Purusha. But one grows, one matures. Kriya Paratvam, Nishkama Karma Paratvam. That is the main spirit of the Vaidika Karma, which is true. Which is the truth. It's not just Mimamsaka's position. This is the truth about Vaidika Karma. That the dominant, the pradhanyam, the emphasis, the spirit of Vedic Karma is in only Nishkama Karma only. It's not only Kami Purusha that is being talked about here. Kriya Paratvam, etc. It's not Kami Purusha. Alright. So, Kriya Paratvam Darsitam. Whereas, Vedanta Vakya, you say, it is Siddha Vastu, you say Veda Pramana, Vedanta is a Pramana for Brahma, which is Siddha Vastu, then here you are not able to connect this Vedanta Vakyas with any Vakya. Thereby, what will be there? Yatra Veda Pramanyam. Yatra Veda Pramanyam. Where the consideration of Veda being Pramana comes, Tatra Kriya Paratvam, Karma Paratvam, Karya Paratvam is there. This is established in the Mimamsa Shastra. Therefore, Karya Paratvam should be there. There must be some karma activity enjoined on part of the person who looks into Vedanta. There must be some karma activity enjoined. If Veda only says something, Siddha Vastu, then it is already there. Prapta, it is already established, already Prapta it is. There is nothing asked of the person to do, to avoid, to take, or to leave. Okay? Vidhi Nisheda, Kheya Upadeya, nothing is there. There is nothing activity enjoined. Without any activity, how any change can come? Any betterment can come? How can a result be produced without action? This is loke. Also, it is prasiddha. It is well known now in amongst all of us that only activity produces result. Do something, then you get results. At least you have to buy a lottery ticket. At least buy a lottery ticket. Then there's chance of winning a lottery. Even if you don't even buy a ticket, where is the question of, where is the possibility of getting a lottery? So at least some little karma exercise we have. Here you say Siddha Vastu, there is no vidhi, there is no karma, there is no karyam, etc. Then how can there be pramanya for this Vedanta Vakyas? Therefore, the Purva Paksha first puts a big bang. Ataha Vedantanam Anartakyam. We read that, right? And therefore, Vedanta being as according to you, the Siddhanti, Vedanta not being Kriyapara, Akriya Tattva, not connected to any Kriya according to you, Vedantanam Anartakyam Prasajyeta. Uselessness, Nishpalatva will occur. Vedanta will become meaningless, useless, futile. This is not desirable for you, the Siddhanti. As long as you hold on to that, Vedanta is not connected to Kriya, Vedanta will be futile, Nishpala only. Now you have to come to the discussion table, okay? You have to compromise. You, the Siddhanti, you have to come to the compromise table. Okay. For you, Vedanta is Pramana. Being part of Veda, it is a Pramana. You already said Shastra Yonitvat, you said Shastram is the Pramana for Brahma, means Shastra is Pramana you have established. You are clear about that. But to be a Pramana, it must be useful, connected to Kriya. But Vedanta is not connected to Kriya according to you. Therefore, you have to come to a compromise that in order to make Vedanta a Pramana, you have to accept that Vedanta is connected to Kriya. You have to connect, you have to accept, you have to compromise. We don't say that Vedanta is not a Pramana. We are not interested in that. And we don't say that. We accept Vedanta as a Pramana in as much as Vedanta is part of Veda. No part of Veda is apramana. We are very clear. So Vedanta is a Pramana. But in what way? Not in the way as you, the Siddhanti, say, but in the way that it is connected to, leads the person to some useful activity. Some phala should be produced, something. If it is already there, then there is no point in saying that. Like you have a head over your shoulder, you have two eyes, you have one mouth, you have two hands. Suppose Veda says all this, sun rises in the east, etc. What do we get from this? What is something new? It's already known. Pramanantara, it is already known. Vedya through other pramanas, already siddha, already gotten, already it is there. So, therefore, siddha vastu is not the tatparya. In order for Vedanta to be pramana, it has to be meaningful in a way connected to some activity. That he says here. We read the sentence. Kartru devata adi prakashanartatvena va. This va comes to the next part. Upasanadi kriya antara artatvam va iti. Kriya vidhi sheshatvam vedantanam. Vedantanam kriya vidhi karma vidhi sheshatvam. Why do you say sheshatva here? As connected, as a anga, as a subsidiary to vidhi vakya. Vidhi vakya means, see, pramana means that must be phalavat, it must be. Artha kriya karikvam, phalavatvam must be there. But there are certain vakyas, certain portions in the Veda where the phala is not mentioned. What do we do? That's also part of Veda. Phala is not mentioned. How can it be meaningful? How can it be pramana? Phala is not mentioned. Phalam anuddishya mandahapi na pravartate iti laukika nyaya is there. The phala should be mentioned. So Veda is careful in most places. The phala is mentioned. Drishta phala, adrishta phala. So it is all mentioned, immediately mentioned. And many times even the Vidivakya, Swarga Kamaha Yajeta iti, the Swarga, the phala is mentioned, indicated. One who is desirous of Swarga means Swarga is the phalam. Jyotishtomena Yajeta, when it says, the Vakya says, Jyotishtoma iti sadhana, Swarga iti sadhya, phalam, that is mentioned. What about those sentences where the phala is not mentioned? Phalavat sannidhau aphalam tadangam. Another sutra. Phalavat sannidhau. In the presence of some portion, in the nearness, in the contiguity, in the connectedness of some portion where the phala is explicitly mentioned. Phalavat karma sannidhau vidhi sannidhau aphalam. Yasya phalam na uktam. Whose phala is not mentioned, that is aphalam. Those Veda Vakya, it becomes the anga. Phalavat sannidhau aphalam tadangam. Tad means phalavat angam. Phalavat Vakya angam bhavati. Okay. Suppose somebody is told, okay, something, I'm just thinking of some example. Somebody is told, you have to go to Delhi today, take a taxi, take our car, and then you go to Delhi and then do this job. And then later on the person is told, check the tires, check the fuel, clean the car, etc. Why should do that? What is the meaning of this cleaning the car and then checking the tires, etc.? What is the meaning? They are all connected to the travel to Delhi, right? Check the air. Why check the air? What is the point in checking the air of the tires? Because you have to travel. Why travel? Because you have to accomplish something. So checking the tire becomes connected, is meaningful, is arthavat here, meaningful here, in as much as is connected to the travel for some accomplishing some purpose. So like that, you do sundry things which are all meaningful, connected to the pradhana, the main thing. So aphala vakyam also is a pramana in as much as it gets connected to some phalavat vakya. Right? Now Vedanta vakya phalam, what? Aham brahmasmi. Suppose the vakya were to say aham brahma bhavishyami, at least I will become Brahma. Okay. Oh, what is that Brahman? Anantam Brahma, Anandam Brahman. Okay. Big Brahma. Brahma means big. I will become big. Okay, fine. But then aham Brahma asmi. I am. It is not that. It's not something newly gotten. I am Brahman already. And then phala is not mentioned. Something accomplished. Nothing is accomplished. Later on the Purva-Paksha is going to point out this is pointless also. Knowing that Aham Brahmasmi is useless also, is going to say. Because moksha prapti is not there by knowing Aham Brahma. Purva-Paksha is going to point out later. Now there is no phala mentioned. This aphalam vakyam, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi iti, aphalam vakyam, nishpalam vakyam. Phala is not explicitly there. It's not. And therefore, in order to have this pramanya for this vakya also, you have to connect to some phalavat vakyam. Something wherein the phala is mentioned. Therefore, this Vedanta vakya is only sesha. Aphala vakya, nishpala vakya, where there is no vidhi, etc., where there is no vidhi, where there is no phalam, this is to be connected to as a sesha, as a subsidiary, as a member to the main vakya, kriya vakya. Kriya vidhi seshatvam vedantanam. Okay? To make it pramana, to make Vedanta, to accept Vedanta as a pramana, it has to be kriya vidhi sesha only. There is no vidhi here. If there is a vidhi here, karma vidhi is there, then this itself becomes a seshi. Vedanta vakya will become seshi, the main thing. But there is no vidhi vakya here, and further phala is not there. Therefore, it has to be only sesha. Sesha to what? Vidhi vakya only. Kriya vidhi seshatvam only. Thereby alone, Vedanta will be pramana. And in what way Vedanta vakya is kriya vidhi sesha? That the Purva Mimamsaka points out. Kartru devata adi prakashana artatvena. Prakashana, throwing light on, revealing, telling something which is not known otherwise, which is necessary. Prakashana artatvena, as being the revealers, telling something about kartru, the agent, the doer, or the devata, unto whom the swaha karena havis is offered. Devata adi is there. Adi padat phala, somewhere phala stuti is there. Phala is praised somewhere, somewhere sadhana is praised, somewhere the karta is praised, somewhere some anga is also praised. Whatever that is related to karma, praise, etc., kartru devata adi prakashana. And so enjoying the karta, doing the samskara for this karta. Right? This karta, the yaga karta, has to undergo certain samskaras. Atma aham brahma asmi, that vakya can mean that, hey, you are the karta, you are going to be the karta of this karma, jyotishthamadi karma karta. When you do this karma, you invoke a bigger self in yourself. Don't think that I am Devadatta, a jiva, suffering fellow, and then I am doing this jyotishthamana. That will not fetch you greater results. But then do with the greater bhavana. You are Brahman, you are dead. Okay? So that bhavana brings in certain samskara for this karta. Or the stuti of the karta. This fellow is great. Who is that great? This karta is Brahma. Okay? Big. Okay? So stuti of the karta or the samskara of the karta. In some way, kartru devata adi prakashana tatvena vedantanam kriya vidhi seshatvam bhavati. In the vakya tattvamasi vakya, the tvam pada praises the karta, is about the karta, telling something about the karta. Tatpada is the Brahma, tatpada is devata. Then there is other vakya is there. Yajnana, danena, anashakena, yajnana, danena, tapasa, anashakena, brahmanaha, vividishanti. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, 4th Adhyaya, we have this. Yajnana, danena, tapasa, anashakena cha, brahmanaha, vividishanti. Vividisha vakya is there. Kim vividishanti? Atmanam atmani eva, etc. It is said. Pashyanti, brahmanaha pashyanti, it is said. So, the phalam, atma darshanam, brahma darshanam, whatever it may mean, that is praise. Praise of the phalam, phalastuti. Or, yajnena vividishanti iti sadhana stuti. Right? Yajnena, danena, tritiya, karane tritiya, karana, sadhana. So, yajnana vividishanti. Through yajna, they want to know. That means, the yajna is praised here. Iti Phalastuti or Sadhanastuti, etc. is there. Thus, appropriately, all the Vedanta Vakyas can be interpreted correctly, connected to Vidhi Vakyas, they can be connected. Thus, Vedanta Vakya retain Pramanatvam. Okay? You are also happy, I am also happy. Compromise. You say Vedanta Pramanam, yes, agreed. I say Vedanta is Kriya Param, yes. Both parties sign agreement. Agreed. Both are met. Vedanta continues to Pramana for you, yes. And for me it's Kriya Para, satisfied. Peace. White flag. Now, that is Kriya Vidisheshatvam, that is set here. But that's a question comes here. You say Vedanta is a Shesha of some Karma Vidhi. Karma Vidhi occurs in Karma Kanda. Jyotishtomadi Karma Vidhi, they occur in the Karma Kanda. But this is Bhinna Prakaranam. Bhinna Prakaranam. Totally a Bhinna Prakaranam. You yourself accept. You the Mimamsaka, you yourself accept that this is Upanishad. You accept. You have the Veda Vibhaga is there. Mantra Bhaga, Brahmana Bhaga, Aranyaka Bhaga, and then Upanishad Bhaga. You yourself have the Vibhaga is there. You accept. That means this is a Bhinna Prakaranam. A Vakya in one Prakarana can be connected to other Vakyas in that same Prakarana. Right? That is the principle. You cannot take one Vakya from one Prakarana and make it connected to some other Vakya in some other unconnected Prakarana. Prakarana means connected portion. So, Vedanta is the Bhinna Prakarana. How can you have the Vakyas in the Vedanta connected to some karma in the Karma Kanda? It's not your Mimamsa, it is not accepted in your Mimamsa. There may be exceptions that may be there, but this is the general rule is the general rule is that Vakya in one Prakarana cannot be taken out of context and be connected to some Vakya, something else in some other Prakarana. It is not accepted. This is not the general Mimamsa principle. And another question comes. Okay. Suppose we have to say that this is to be connected with some karma vakya. Which karma vakya? Agnihotra karma or Agnishtoma karma or Somayaga karma, Atiratra karma. Which karma? Which karma you connect with this? You cannot say that the entire Vedanta is connected to all the Vidhi Vakyas. That's silly, that's not accepted. There is no niyama there is no order there in that way. The entire Vedanta is to be connected to every karma vidhi. Okay. That means before doing Sandhya Vandana, I have to recite Vedanta, all that. Brahmavida, Apnoti Param, all that Taittiriya Upanishad I have to chant and then do Sandhya Vandana. And not only Taittiriya Upanishad, there are 1180 Upanishads are there, at least 200 Upanishads are there. I have to recite all of them. I have to bring in my awareness, all the meaning of what is said here, and then certain Upasita, etc. All that I have to bring in and then do Sandhya Vandanam. I will never complete Sandhya Vandana once. But I have to do, every day I have to do. This is not reasonable. So the Vedanta Vakyas, to which Karma Vakya they are connected? It's not there. Therefore, it is not proper to say that the Jnana Kanda Vakya, that is Vedanta Vakya, is subsidiary to Karma Vidhi occurring in the Karma Kanda. This is not acceptable. This is Aruchi is there. Unacceptability is that is there. Therefore, the Mimamsaka says here, Upasanadi, did we read this? Yeah. Upasana Adi Kriyantara Vidhanartatvam Va Vedanta Vakyanam. They are not Vidishesha, but then Upasanadi Kriyantara. some other karma, not the Vedika Swaha Kadi Yajadi karma, but Upasana Adi, Upasana etc. What is Adi? Shravana etc. Adi Padat, Upasana, Shravana, Manana. These are the things. These are Kriyantaram. Shravana is a Kriya. According to the Mimamsaka, Shravana is a Kriya, and then Manana is a Kriya. There is an aspect of Kriya in that. There is an element of Kriya in that. In the Shravana also there is an element, but that is not the Pradhana. In as much as the person, right, opens the book, listens, that much is then makes oneself available for Shravana. In that, doing that, the Kriya element is definitely there. And in the process of Manana also, making oneself available for contemplation, inquiry, etc., that some element of Kriya is definitely there. But then, having done that, that is sort of preparatory. The karma element in those Shravana, etc., that is preparatory, making the person available for the pramana to work. That's all. Right? So Swamiji gives the example, no? You go to a temple, there's a temple at the top of a mountain, up a hill, and then you want to have darshana of the deity, of the devata. In South India, it's very common. Any hill is there, no? There will be Subramanya will be there, Kartik temple will be there. Here Hanumanji or Devi Mandir will be there, North India will be there. They chose, they have the sole purpose of something hill, very tall thing, okay? You can see it from far off place. From miles away you can see the hill. And then you see the hill, on the top of the hill, there is this temple. Who is there in the temple? Devi is there. Temple means Devi is there. Some Devata is there. That is it. So, suppose you are in your daily activities and then you are tired, you are frustrated with all the pressures and all that, and then you look up, the Utkrishta Vastu, Devata is there, right? Devata is there. And so, okay, this is all part of mundane life, but then this is not life, this doesn't define life, these mundane things do not define life. It is not the exclusive. This is all life which it is not. There is something bigger, something nobler, something true. Devata is there. So to remind oneself, a person, that there is something high and I am interested in that, I will reach that, I will get that, I will be that, whatever. Okay? To connect that only, they chose to build temples on the high places like hills, etc. Meaningful. It's not occupying the land, but then it is to remind the person something noble is there, something truer. This is not the ultimate truth of life. All the mundane. The mundane things are not the defining things of life. These just happen. These are there, part of the package, life package. But the human life is meant to discover something very noble, something very big, and that is indicated by the Devata. Look up and then you see the Devata. That's why the temple towers also were tall, because you can see from a distance. Shikar, no, the temple Shikar, Gopuras are tall because you can see from a distance. So you see, you can think that there's something that is Devata. Alright. Now, this fellow wants to have darsana of this Devata. And then for that the person has to climb the hillock. Climbing the hill alone and then reaching the temple alone, entering into the temple alone, the person can have darsana of this Devata. So in as much the person has to have darshana, climbing, etc., these are all karma. But having gotten into the sanctum, karma is over there, and then it's only the pramana. Seeing is a pramana there. To make it happen, right, the karma, climbing, etc., was necessary. It's a prerequisite, it is necessary to make the person have darshana. Walking, etc., climbing was necessary. Like that, in the Shravana also, there is an element of karma is there. But That does not produce jnana. Right? Suppose the fellow comes to class. Some fellow goes to school to learn, and then having gone to school, cut classes, okay? Go and stay in the playground or sleep in the class, okay? So that purpose is not accomplished. So therefore, karma is not the accomplishing thing here. Karma makes only the person available for the pursuit. So Shravana also, there is an element of karma is there, but that is not the pradhana thing. Okay? This is in our position. But the Purva Pakshi takes Shravana also is a manasam karma, Mananam also is manasam karma. Therefore, Upasana Adi, that Adi pada in the Bhāshya, Adi means Shravana, etc., Shravana, Mana, etc. There also Kriyantara. Shravana is not you do something with your hands and legs, no. Manana is not you do something with your even vak, etc., but it is purely manasam karma. It is. Shravana also in a way manasam karma, but then there is the indriya is there, sannikarsha is there, fine. Shrotra indriya, chakshur indriya is all. When you read the book, chakshur indriya is there, and when you hear the sentence, shrotra indriya is there. Yes, but it's a karma. Kriyantara vidhanarthatvam vedantanam. Vedantas enjoin such karma, upasanam, shravanam, mananam, etc. Those karmas are enjoined by Vedanta. Now I am also satisfied. Either Mimamsak is satisfied. For you, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, yes. Tick. Your criterion is met. My criterion that karma, that's also met. Upasana, Shravana, it's all manasam karma. Okay, my criterion. Vedaha, Kriya Paraha, my criterion is met. Right? Kriya does not all, I am not insistent that Kriya means Swaha. That is Kayikam karma, Vachikam karma, but this is Manasam karma, which I accept, fully accept. This is Manasam karma. So this is Manasa karma param Vedantaha, para Vedanta. Upasanavi Kriyantara vidhanartatva Vedantanam. Okay. Now, a question comes here. Why do you bring in this karma here? Kriya Shesha, Kriya Vidhi. Why do you bring in? When the Vedanta says very clearly, Brahma is the Vishaya, very clearly it is understood. Brahmavid apnoti param. And then Brahmi Vedam purastat, Aksharam. Sadeva Swami Ramagra Asi, Sat. What do all these padas mean? They all mean Brahma only. So very clearly Brahma is what is indicated, said in all the Vedantas. And leaving that aside, rejecting that Brahma, which is very clearly said in the Vedanta, why do you bring in Karya Paratvam, Kriya Paratvam in the Vedantas? You have to connect with some Vidhi in Karma Kanda, or you have to discover some Vidhi here, Upasana, etc. in the Vedanta Vakya, to make it Kriya Para. Why this obsession? If we ask a question, Nanu, Sūtram Brahma Vihaya, Ashrutam Karya Paratvam, Kimartam Vaktavyam? It is a question. Explicitly Vedanta talks about Brahma in various words. Atma iti, Brahma iti, Aksharam iti, Sad iti, right? Om iti. Various ways, various names. Brahma alone is talked about. Giving it up, why we should give it up and then go for something which is not mentioned, Ashrutam. Jyotishtomadi karma is not there in the Vedanta. Then why do we connect it to karma? Or cook up some karma, kriyantaram, etc. Why this obsession with karma? If we ask, right, then the Purva Pakshi answers, Nahi parinishthita vastu pratipadanam sambhavati pratyakshadi vishayatvat parinishthita vastunaha. This Brahma is, what type of vastu Brahma is? Is it like Swarga, Sadhyam, No, it is Siddham. Parinishthita. Parinishthati means Siddha. It is not that something created. It's not something. Brahma is not something which is utpadyam, nor it is something apyam, according to you. Nor it is samskaryam, nor vikaryam, according to you, the Siddhanti. And you don't become Brahma. At least the Upasakas say, you go to Loka, Vaikuntadi Loka, you go and then have this Sarupyam, Salokyam, Sarupyam, Samipyam, Sayujyam, Sarshti, fifth one they add Sarshti, etc. At least there is some meaning. So you go to Brahmaloka. Brahma Prapti means Brahmaloka Prapti, going to Brahmaloka after this life, etc. At least Upasakas, it's all there. Something gaining is there. But here it is Parinishthita Vastu, Siddha Vastu. You are Brahma according to you. And in order to be Brahma or become Brahma, what do you do? Nothing. Like even you are a human being. Okay? What do you do about this? Nothing. You don't have to do anything to be a human being. Okay? To be humane, you may have to do something. But to be a human being, and are already a human being, Parinishthita Siddha Vastu it is. In that, Parinishthita Vastu Pratipadanam Nahi Sambhavati Pramanasya Vedasya. Vedasya na Sambhavati. Veda cannot be a Pramana in as much as it says only what is already there, what is already gotten. Right? Suppose Veda were to say, you have 2 eyes, you have 2 ears, you have 1 mouth, etc. What is this nonsense? Already I know. What is the need for all this? If the Veda says what is Parinishthita, already Siddha, that means it is already known. Parinishthita means what? Already known. When Veda says about something which is already known, where is Pramanya for Veda? Correct? Vedasya Pramana, when you say Pramanam, when you define Pramana, we say that Anadhigata, you say Anadhigata, Abadita, Palavat, Arthabodhakam, Pramanam. We say Anadhigata Artha should point out something which is not known. Ajnata Nyapakam Pramanam. Anadhigatam Pramanam. Apurvam Pramanam. What known already? What is known already by some other Pramana. You cannot say already known by Veda. We are talking about the Veda only, we are talking about. Correct? So other than Veda, Pratyakshadi Vishayatvat Parinishthita Vastunaha, it is already Pratyaksha Vishaya. Like Karta is Pratyaksha Vishaya, Aham Atma is Pratyaksha Vishaya, Aham Karta Devadatta. Who are you? I am the Atma, Jivaha. And are you the same as Deha? Aham Dehat Dinnaha. This much. Deha which Deha? If you ask the question, Sthula Deha Vitiriktaha Atma only, not Sukshma Deha Vitiriktaha for the Mimamsaka. For the Vedanti, Dehatraya Vitiriktaha Vilakshanaha. Whereas for the Mimamsaka, Sthula Deha Vitiriktaha Atma. And that's why Swarga Prapti is there for the Atma. This Sthula Deha is not there in Swarga. Right? Therefore, but the Atma is there. Why? Because Sthula Deha Vitiriktaha Atma, Lokantara Gami, Swarga Gami, Jivaha. So, this Jiva already known, is known. Aham Devadattaha, well known. So, and or something can be known through the Veda itself, some other thing, and then some Apurvatva, and or Anumana, etc. Let's not bring in Veda here. Already known through some other Pramana, Pratyaksha Adi, Vishayatva, Siddha Vastunaha. That is the meaning of Siddha Vastu, already known even before the application of Veda, that is known. This is the Mimamsaka's thinking. Parinishthita vastu means it is pratyakshadi pramanantara vedyam. That is siddha vastu. This is the thinking of the Mimamsaka. Mimamsaka thinks that parinishthita siddha means it is already known through some other pramana. Is what he means. It will be answered later in the Siddhanta. That is not the meaning of siddha. This is something which is siddhamapi ajñātam dasamavat kantachami karavat siddhamapi ajñātam. Therefore ajñāta jñāpakam pramanam iti we say. There, in as much as even though siddhatve api ajñātam brahma, atmatvena ajñātam brahma, for that pramana is there. Okay, is it okay? So, whereas the Purva-Pashi thinks that siddha vastu means pramanantara vedyam, that is the meaning of siddham. And if Veda is only repeating what already is known, then Veda has no apurvata. Apurvata is not there. Anadigatatva is not there. Then it loses its pramanyam. If it contradicts with the pratyakshadi pramana, then it becomes baditam. What is said by Vedanta becomes baditam. By being badita, then also Veda loses its pramanyam. Then Veda means Vedanta. When what Vedanta says goes along with what is known by pratyakshadi pramana, already known, then Veda is not anavigata, right? Therefore Veda loses pramanyam. Veda is not a pramana because it is known by pratyakshadi pramana. If what Vedanta says contradicts with the pratyakshadi being the jyeshta pramana, and that you already know by pratyakshadi, that is balavat. Therefore what Vedanta says becomes badita. Thereby also Vedanta becomes apramana. Both ways Vedanta loses its pramanyam. Is it okay? Followed? When what Vedanta says agrees with pratyaksha, etc., then still what Veda says is not apurva, is not anadigata. Therefore Vedanta is not a pramanam. If what Vedanta says contradicts pratyakshadi, then still Vedanta becomes badita, being contradicted by pratyakshadi. Then also Vedanta loses its pramanyam. Either way Vedanta loses its pramanyam. Okay? The Tikakara quotes this: Agnihi himasya beshajam. Heat, fire, is the remedy for cold. Hima is snow or ice, but here cold. Agni, heat, the fire is the remedy for chillness, for cold. In winter it applies, in the cold places it applies. And this is already known. So Veda is not a pramana in as much it says, it only repeats what is already known. Veda is not a pramana. And then there is another sentence, Adityaha Yupaha iti. Yupa is a stamba, the pillar, wooden pillar, which is made of a particular audumbara, etc., a particular type of wood, tree. It's made in a particular way with eight sides, 8 angles, 8 sides, octagonal shape, Yupa iti. And it is said that Adityaha Yupaha, it is said. Sun is this Yupa, the pillar. This is explicitly in contradiction with the Pratyaksha. Aditya is there, Yupa is here. Aditya is brilliant, Yupa is not bright. Yupa has 8 sides, Aditya is circular. Very obviously, Aditya is not Yupa. So this is in contradiction of Pratyaksha. Therefore it will lose Pramanyam. So either way, Veda will lose its Pramanya if it is Siddha Vastu. Parinishthita Parinishthita vastu pratipadanam Vedantasya nahi sambhavati. Vedanta pramanasya na sambhavati. Parinishthita vastu pratipadane Vedantaha pramanam na bhavati ityartha. Vedanta will not be a pramanam. Pramana, it loses pramanya on two accounts. When it agrees with pratyaksha, it is no apurvata is not there, therefore no pramana. If it contradicts with pratyaksha, then becomes badita. That way also it becomes pramana, no pramana. It loses its pramanya. Either way. Also, nishpalatvacha, useless, already known. What is extra? What is extra accomplished by this Veda Vakya? Nothing, because already pratyaksha is siddha, and you don't do anything about it, and therefore nishpalatvacha, this parinishthita vastu pratipadanam, padanam shastrasya pramanasya will not be nishpalatvat, and then apramanatvat. Apramanatva, because on the one hand it will become adhigata, on the other hand it will become badita iti. Pramanyam will not be there. Pratyakshadi vishayatvat parinishthita vastunaha. Is it okay? Therefore you cannot say Brahma Shastra Vedanta talks about Siddha Vastu. That is, Vedanta will still lose its Pramanya and it will be Nishpalam also. Alright. Why so? Why it is so? Let it be so. Siddhaha na Vedarthaha. Okay. Siddhaha na Vedarthaha. Parinishthita vastu is not Vedartha. Manantara yogyatvat nishpalatvat cha iti. Tatha iti. Then, why it will not, why it loses its pramanya? Question is there. That is answered here. Tat pratipadane cha Hyeya upadeya rahite Purushartha abhavat. In presenting a parinishthita vastu, there is nothing urged, there is nothing enjoined. Do, don't do. Vidhi pratisheda is not there. Already siddha it is. There is no vidhi with reference to what is already siddha. Or there is no nothing. Nisheda with reference to already siddha. Vidhi pratisheda is not applicable there. Nor there is any heya upadana. Is there something to be avoided, something to be given up, something to be acquired? Nothing is there. Therefore, purushartha abhavat, prayojana abhavat, phala abhavat. That is the meaning. We'll come back to this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Sishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Om.